So you got lost along the way, feeling lost in this world that you can no longer recognize. Worry no more, child, for your guide in the darkness awaits beyond this point, and along with him, a brand new world, and the work of madness.
It's that missing link, motherfucker.
Hello and welcome. I'm Peter, the host of this channel. And on this channel I share my experience as an independent explorer in the world of the occult. Also, I truly believe that you didn't find me by accident and that what I have to say will help you thrive on your spiritual journey. Today's video is about one of King Solomon's spirits, the great King Paimon. For those of you who don't know him, I'm going to do a little introduction, after which I'm going to tell you my experience with working with him. I will also tell you how you can contact him and work with him if that's what you plan to do. And I will also give some pro tips along the way. Then in the end I will share a secret with you about conjuring spirits. So, King Paimon, according to the Ars Goetia, is depicted as a man with a beautiful face, wearing a precious crown and riding a dromedary. Before him often goes a host of demons and ghouls with the shape of men, playing trumpets, cymbals, and any other sort of musical instruments. He has a great voice and roars as soon as he arrives, speaking in this manner for a while until the conjurer compels him, and then he answers clearly the questions he is asked. Paimon teaches all arts, philosophy, and sciences, and secret things. He can reveal all mysteries of the earth, wind, and water, what the mind is, and everything the conjurer wants to know. He gives good familiars, dignities, and binds men to the conjurer's will. His rank is king, his planet is the sun, his color is yellow, his metal is gold, his incense is frankincense, his day is Sunday, and his sigil is this. Now, about working with this spirit. What I'm about to tell you happened 5 years ago. The Goetia says that he teaches all arts. When I first contacted King Paimon's spirit, I was curious what he could teach me about arts. The art of music, to be exact. You see, back then I was an aspiring bedroom producer with very little success with releasing my music. I was making bass music that included drum and bass, dubstep, rhythm, etc., just in case you know the kind. What matters is that bass music demanded more of my creativity than a simple house beat. Yet somehow I could never be satisfied with my sound, and all my submitted demos got rejected by the record labels. I sent hundreds of them. Something was always missing. So I've decided to make contact with King Paimon. Maybe he could help and make me succeed once and for all in my musical career. I was expecting some kind of an overnight success, as I was kinda new to this spirit conjuring game, and my expectations were somewhere up in the sky. Now, about the ritual. I prepared for the ritual with chocolate as offering. I have read somewhere that chocolate was very pleasing to him. Then I have prepared his sigil with gold, yellow, and purple color. I have even created a scrying mirror in which he would appear to me. And I have purchased the candles, of course, white ones. My number one pro tip: have a respectful attitude when summoning this spirit, and in fact when summoning all kinds of spirits. Treat them as highly regarded guests or highly regarded potential business partners with whom you might sign a juicy business contract if the night goes well. My pro tip number 2: set the mood and the atmosphere right, because that really matters to the subconscious, I noticed. Then simply create a circle around yourself with chalk or salt, then remain silent in the candlelit room. If you have an altar with an object that carries meaning to you, then that's even better. What matters is to calm your thoughts and focus on what you seek and why you're here. I remember when I have completed the circle, the room became eerily silent, like dead silent. I have never experienced that kind of a silence before in that house. But then I became very disappointed when he didn't appear to me in any shape or form. I didn't see or hear anything in my trance-like state. In fact, I didn't receive any messages from him or anyone else. So I repeated the process the following night. Then about 10 more times after that. I have accumulated a shitload of chocolate as offerings. But I didn't understand. What could have gone wrong? I was sure that I messed up something. And believe it or not, it took me years to figure out what really happened that night. What happened is that he didn't talk to me, he just showed me the way, silently. It all turned out to be the case that my understanding of good, quality music was wrong and that I knew so little about how to spice up my music. I had good ideas as a producer, but in the same time, I had so much to learn. How did I get to know this? Well, a little while after the last ritual, a colleague and friend of mine turned out to have an exceptional taste in music, which I didn't know before that. He showed me some of his music. He showed me some of the more talented artists that he listened to in the bass music genre, which was the same genre that I was producing in. But I have never heard of any of the artists before. And when I compared some of my music to his, I could tell that my music was, albeit interesting, but weak, too repetitive, and sometimes even too amateur. As a result, I started to see my own music more and more clearly so I could start making corrections. So through this friend, King Paimon showed me the way to become a better producer with better ears. It turned out that this friend could also give me reliable feedback on my tracks too, and at the same time he showed me a new angle to look at my music from. Needless to say, I had never progressed musically that fast in my life before that. I just didn't know that this had anything to do with the ritual at the time. And believe it or not, as I progressed, I even had a few releases by underground record labels and underground promotion groups. Honestly, in the beginning, I was expecting some kind of an overnight success or a breakthrough in my sound and in my musical career after the ritual. You know, record deals, gigs, money, hot chicks. But King Paimon's magic was more subtle than this. I asked for better music and he showed me the means by which I could potentially become a great artist one day if I followed the way. Without any bragging, I can say that my ear, sight, and taste became that good. But then I changed my mind and I no longer wanted to become a DJ. I simply started to think that it's just not rewarding enough if you're in it for the money. So I've decided that I was happy with what I've already got. Making my own music as a nice hobby in which I can live out my creativity and what can put me into a flow state. Because that is what music really means to me. Oh, I can also make my own intro and outro music on this channel. So that is a long story short. I'm telling you, working with demonic spirits does indeed help you get to know yourself. But there's more to it. What I would like to add is this. This can happen to you too. It is totally normal if you don't hear and see anything during the ritual. You will still get your answers eventually. The answer may be faint or silent, but know that your answer will be given to you. Just have the right attitude, the right setting, and openness, because you may never know in what form your bidding will be given to you. Which reminds me of the secret that I promised. The Spirit will solve or help you solve the problems that you cannot solve on your own. The Spirit's power starts where your capabilities end. The Spirit doesn't solve anything for you like a servant to its master. Because if that was the case, then why do you even need a body? But I will make more videos in the future on the subject of spirit conjuring and what really goes on behind the scenes. For now, let it be enough that all the spirits are one and the same spirit wearing different masks for different occasions. Some call this spirit higher self, some call it higher intelligence, and some call it God. Whatever you call it, it is an extension of the conjurer in an extended reality that opens up more and more to the conjurer as the conjurer walks the spiritual path. You are that conjurer. So that is it for today. Let me know about your experience with King Paimon if you have any. I'll see you in my next video. Take care. I love you.